And welcome back to Late Night Love. Hey, do us a favor and please remember to hit the like, subscribe, and share buttons. Also, you can find us at latenighlove.us and you can send us your questions, comments, suggestions, and etc. to love@latenighlove.us.
Thank you.
Hey, I got that one in all in one time. And
yes, you did.
And maybe I can speak this show. We'll see how this segment.
Okay.
See how that goes. All right. In love, we get quieter and closer. These are the microdramas of family, routines, embarrassments, and the odd moment that make you laugh in the car or after bedtime. No judgments, only real life fixes. And I read that wrong, by the way.
Okay.
No, I said in the car and after bedtime, but it was just after bedtime. I added and it wasn't.
Oh.
That makes you go into the car and laugh because you don't want to hear the kids. You laugh because then they're going to want to, they think they're funny man and want to do that every night.
Of course.
Yeah, those moments where you cannot let the kids see you laugh. That is really funny, but they cannot know this. Those moments. Yes. Yes. They cannot know this is that funny. It'll never end. So, all right. But before we get on to this, I'm going to have, we've got a message for the men, but I want your opinion about this because we'll chat about it for a bit because there's a reason men are like this. Anyway, so
Okay, this one's for the guys who refuse to ask for help because you think that you're going to be a burden on everyone. Yeah, this one's for you. I'm gonna beat your ass. You are not inconveniencing anybody. You are not inconveniencing anybody. You are not inconveniencing what? Anybody. We want to help you. Oh my God. Did you know that every single person who claims to be self-made is a lying poser who lies and poses? Everyone who has ever gotten anywhere has had help. And the people who got exactly where they wanted to be definitely asked for help. It's also a flex to say you got help. It is literally a flex to say that people wanted to see you succeed so bad that they helped you do it. And even if it wasn't out of the goodness of their heart, let's say you paid for help, it is still a flex to say that of all the stupid, useless things that you could spend your money on, you spent it on improving yourself. In fact, if anybody shames you for getting help, I would go so far as to say they probably smell like a wet cardboard box that has been holding raw chicken inside of a hot 4-door sedan for a week. And yes, this video is still about you, not the other guy. You need to ask for help. Stop avoiding asking for what you want in this world. Don't make me tell you again.
Okay, but so I'm going to leave it first. I want you to respond and give an answer.
Well, first of all, I don't see it that deeply. She goes into it's a whole life thing. To me, it's a relationship thing. And it really gets me, people, and I've known a number of men will do this. They'll say, yeah, I have this problem. And then they won't ask for help.
No.
You're just supposed to sit there and go, oh, dude, that really sucks. So sad. Too bad.
Yeah.
Sucks to be you.
Well, because oftentimes there's nothing anybody else can really do.
No, I'm talking about basic things that are like stuff around the house.
Yeah. He'll get to it if he wants to.
Stop it.
He will. So I've got this problem. Then he'll ask, when he's ready to ask for help, he'll ask for help if he wants it. He doesn't want it yet. Or he'd ask somebody for help. Or in most cases, he has asked someone for help and no one bothered to. And so then we stop asking.
I've done that.
Most of us, and sadly, this is a lesson we as young men learn when we're young, and we carry it on with us, is that we are burdens. We get treated as burdens all the time. And because of our nature, which which our nature is the nature of men, right? Generically speaking, is to provide and take care of things. We fix things, we provide, we take care of things. And the best thing you can do to not do that is to not be a burden, right? The very first rule of helping is not being the burden.
Yeah.
And so that is just part of most human males' nature. And so if we think we can take care of something on our own, we are going to take care of it on our own. Just by nature.
Okay.
Then you add the thing of nurture. As we get raised, you add that to nurture, where you get refused when you get asked, you get judged. Then help doesn't come through. You ask for help and it doesn't show up, and now you're worse off than you were before because you could have at least tried on your own, but you waited for the help that never came. Or even worse, it's makeup work. If you ask your friends to come help you, build a foundation for your house, well, now when they ask you to come change the transmission out their car, you've got to go do it. And who wants to do that?
Well, yeah. I see.
So you got to be very careful. Now she's talking more emotional help, I suspect, right? She's generally speaking, that's the dadvocate. She's talking more emotional help and things like that. But the reason we don't on that aspect is because it hurts worse to get rejected than it does to not have the help. It's not worth the risk. Which is why you talk about its relationships. Yeah. You found someone who's ready to help. That's meaningful. You find someone that you can trust. It's meaningful.
Yeah.
Because we don't do that very often. We're very picky about who we ask for help. It's a handful of people. So, just saying. So, all right. We got that kicked off. What are we got now? Now we're off into our parenting. Now we kind of hit just want to point out that our love segment counters more than just parenting. We spend a lot of time talking parenting, but it does cover all aspects of love, including loving yourself.
It does.
So, because that doesn't quite fit under relationships, because it's not really a relationship. I suppose I could put it in life, but some of these are borderline. Where do you put it? So,
well, I like it in love.
Okay. Well, that's how I figured, because even people, your friends love you, right? That's kind of the point of that. You have friends that love you who in your time of need will help you if they can. And then there's always that, right? You reach out for help and you happen to reach out to the person who is not capable of helping you at that moment for whatever reason, and you feel rejected. Because you reached out to somebody when you're near your lowest moment and you didn't know that they weren't capable at that moment because they were in a similar place. and now you felt rejected as it made you felt personal and it wasn't.
Yeah.
And as men, we carry that around with us.
You do.
We do.
Well, so do we.
Yeah, but we carry it around differently.
Yeah.
It's neither better nor worse, right?
Yeah.
It just is.
No.
It just is. And it's the nature of, humanity. So there's no judgment on it. It just is. I don't judge how men and women, we're different creatures. Why would we expect us to deal with our emotions and things the same way? It's silly. Which there's a question. We'll have a conversation about that later. I think in our relationship questions.
Okay. Am I being unreasonable by following my baby's own routine? Waking up when it's ready in the morning, she keeps it quiet until the baby wakes up and still wakes up fairly early, eats, every 2, 3. Now, what she described was just normal baby routine
Yeah.
behavior.
No,
really.
The problem is, right? You go off and you read parenting books, and the talk, and half of the parenting books are going to have these highly regimented things. You need to do X, Y, and Z by A, B, and C, and 1, 2, 3, right? And if you don't hit these steps, you're a failure as a parent. Type of things. And then the other half of it are all loosey goosey, and it's fine. And the reality is, there's some truth to both, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, there's some truth about it. There's stages you want to look for, because if they don't hit them at some point, there's things to be concerned about. But children don't evolve on a schedule. They don't grow up on a schedule. They kind of do their own thing. And in terms of this, don't worry about it. Are you happy? Is your baby happy and healthy? Is it working for your family? If the answer to those questions are yes, then it ain't nobody.
It's really not.
So
it's nobody's business.
But my guess is first-time parent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, first-time parent, and you're unsure. You are so you want to do the right thing so bad, and you see all these other people who have highly regimented lives, and from your perspective, highly organized, and everything's put together. They're highly successful. You don't see the fact that there's 3 trash bags of Pampers, hidden in the closet that they haven't gotten to because they keep forgetting. Because when they empty the bag, it's 3 a.m, and I'll take it out tomorrow, and they never do. These things happen, right? We're all parents. It's all kind of a walking disaster. So if it's working for you and your family and your baby, then you're fine. Following your baby is a time-honored tradition.
It really is.
And so is a highly regimented one. So both of them are highly honored traditions. Personally, I would argue you find somewhere in between eventually. But at infant stage, follow the baby is perfectly reasonable to me.
It is. I think so too.
Yeah, I would argue it's probably better than the highly regimented one. But I'm not going to judge people who are, if both parents are highly regimented, the baby's probably going to be highly regimented by nature anyway, so it's fine. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
So it is what it is. All right.
Do kids get more expensive?
What do you mean?
From toddlers to school age to teenager.
Well, you're just changing the expense realistically until at least teenager years. Their toys can get more expensive, but you don't have to replace them as often. It's these kind of things. Because when they're young, you're replacing things all the time, right? Because they break, they outgrow them, they outmature them. So you've got to replace them, get them new toys. When they hit teenagers, those toys and the clothes, well, except for maybe clothes, depending upon your growth spurts, their entertainment devices last longer.
Mm-hmm.
These type of things. So while they're more expensive, you don't have to replace them. It balances out. Kids cost what they cost. They cost what you spend on them. And past the basics, past food and shelter, they cost what you spend on them.
Well, yeah.
So, don't worry so much about what they cost. You got your family budget. They fit in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. They'll be fine.
You'll be fine. They'll be fine if they don't have the nicest and the latest, and they'll still be fine.
I will.
Yeah, that's not going to ruin their life, right? How many of us thought, if I don't have how many people our age, the newest or the latest? Oh, you're ruining my life, right? How many times has that been said over the course? And guess what? No one's lives are ruined. They went and ruined their lives all on their own later on. So in a way, yes, they get more expensive, but at the same time, you're not changing Pampers 6 times, 10 times a day. Diapers are expensive.
They really are.
Formula's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the time you take when they're young is an opportunity cost that is, it's a time cost.
Mhm.
If you think time is money and you're just having to spend a lot of time in direct care, you could theoretically, if you wanted to, equate that to a dollar amount. And that is cost that much. I personally don't like that. I don't like the whole unpaid labor argument thing.
I don't like that either.
But let's cover it. Let's talk. Let's not ignore it. There's a lot of people out there who view the world through that
That's true.
that lens. So, do they get more expensive? Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, because you need less time. The time equation changes.
Yeah.
You don't need as much intensive, time-consuming care as they get older. So that part of the equation will decrease, while the other sides of the equation may increase. Now, do you as an individual count that in that equation? I wouldn't, because it's your responsibility. It's not it's not an economic transaction. It's just raising your dang children. So there's no. Is it an opportunity cost? Maybe, if for an economist, but unless you're not an economist, and it's not how real life works. So, I don't know. Okay.
Okay. This poor woman.
Okay.
Children not flushing the toilet. Oldest of 3 is 12.
Okay. Is the 12-year-old flushing the toilet?
No.
Okay. Why?
She's got the middle one flushing the toilet and telling on everybody else.
Okay, but why?
Don't know why. They just forget, they say.
No. You can say a young one, 7, 5, 6, 7, can forget on occasion. Okay, fine. But a 12-year-old doesn't forget routinely. Now, maybe they're panicking about a backup. I don't want to be the one it backs up on, so it's somebody else's problem. So if I had to take a guess,
That's what's going on.
that's what's going on. Probably the oldest one had it back up on him. The youngest one saw it, and so now these two got PTSD, and and so you solve that by teaching them how to unclog a toilet. You put a plunger near it and you show them how to use it. Demystify the whole thing. Show them how a toilet works. Always try education, right, rather than punishment.
Yes.
So try something you haven't tried. I'll almost guarantee you haven't tried to explain how a toilet actually functions.
Maybe get a book.
These other video generations, they need to see it. Just get a plunger, show them how to use a plunger, have them watch a video how to use a plunger. So you can take away the things, show them how it works, pop off the back lid, show them everything, show them how it works. Demystify it.
Okay.
That's my suggestion, because the only thing that makes sense is right. Otherwise, it's not making sense. You've got a developmentally disabled child. Otherwise, there's something that has happened that is keeping them from wanting to do this. There's a mental block somewhere, right? And then the youngest one follows. So probably saw the same thing. Everybody panicked all at once, and those two got PTSD over it. Got toilet PTSD. It's hilarious. Because it's not me having to deal with it. Sorry. Hey, I had my daughter thought there was a toilet monster. And she would go fight it and pull all the water, use the thing and get all the water out of the toilet with the plunger. because toilets make a big monster sound.
Well, yeah, they do.
It's a big scary sound. I get it. From a little toddler's perspective, completely understand it. I get it. From the parent's perspective, that is freaking hilarious. But why do I have to do this? It's hilarious, right? You can't be mad. It's hilarious. But yeah, at the same time, now you've got a bathroom full of water to clean up. And going, did you do this when it was clean, please? It's just, yeah. All right.
All right, next question. At what age did you stop walking nude in front of your kids? I never walked nude in front of my kids. I know. I had 3 girls and I changed clothes and I still change clothes to this day in front of them. But they changed clothes in front of me too. We're all girls. But I never walked around the house in the nude.
No, the closest thing to walking around the house in the nude would be when you take a shower and you forgot to bring in the towel. So you got to do the little dance from the bathroom to the bedroom thing. So you can grab the towel or something. Right?
Yeah.
Walking around nude was never a real thing. It was, I'm trying to think, did I ever actually have to consider that? No, I don't think it was ever a consideration.
Yeah.
No. So,
okay.
Yeah, if you're worried about it, just then stop doing it.
That's good advice.
That's the time you read thinking about it is probably about the time you need to stop. How's that?
I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Teenager lies about us to other people. Okay. Most recent was he didn't want to hang out with his girlfriend. So I said, yeah, I got family stuff at home. I got to spend time with the family.
Yeah.
And he played video games. He did not spend time with the family.
Well, they were in the house, right? Hey, man, he spent time. The family was all in the house together at the same time. They would spend time with the family. Parents, yeah.
But he lied to his girlfriend.
Yeah, because he didn't want to hang out with her that night.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Teenagers. I'm going, but that's the thing? Getting upset over that?
Yeah.
Really? One, the relation, him and his girlfriend talk about is none of your business. That's none of your business. That's the definition of none is. It's not. And it's not a big enough thing for you to break that. There are times to break it, right? As a parent, there's times to break those things, but there's not that. And what do you care if his girlfriend thinks you guys are, his girlfriend's going to think you like to spend time with your children. Oh, the horror of I just don't understand the complaint. I understand the theory that at some point
she doesn't like to be blamed for things that's not her, what she did or said.
What do you care what teenagers think about you?
She doesn't want her son to be a liar.
Son just didn't want to hang out, and he didn't. You want to know why his son told his girlfriend this? So wouldn't have to have a long discussion about why he just wanted to be by himself today.
Because he just couldn't be honest?
No, because she wouldn't let it be. Or he believes she wouldn't let it be. Maybe she would have. But we all have a long history of experiences where women will not accept the fact that I just need to be. It's not about you. It's about me. What, you don't want to hang out with me today? Well, I just want to be by myself today. Is that okay? But it means you don't want to hang out with me. We've all had to have this conversation where instead of, no, parents say I want to be at home. So and then the conversation's over because you can't argue over parents. You can't argue with parents, but they can argue with you.
Now, personally, I never had a problem with being a scapegoat. You need to leave a party, blame me. Oh, she texts me. Oh, that's my mom. I had to go home.
Yeah, you're complaining. I don't understand the complaint. He wanted to be at home rather than go hang out with the girlfriend, and you're complaining of that he used you as the excuse. He did spend time with his family. You got to remember how boys and teenagers think. He is spending time with his family. He's at home. The default is not at home, so he's at home. So he's spending time with his family. You're all at home at the same place. Just because you're not sitting at the table playing Monopoly together doesn't mean you're not spending time together.
Well, that's her idea of spending time together.
Yeah, well, you and I should thank God that we don't have that same idea, right? Because
I know.
So, there may be a bit of negotiation here on this one. All right, let's come to this. Let's give her an actual solution to this. Maybe there's some negotiation to be had here. Go and talk to your son and say, look, I don't necessarily mind if you want to use me as an excuse to get out of a long, boring conversation with your girlfriend about you wanting to spend, not wanting to
spend time alone.
Yeah, that you need to spend time alone. I get it, but leave it at that kind of thing. If I ever find it beyond those little harmless white lie type things, I will come down on you like a ton of bricks. You will rue the day you ever decided it was a good idea. Right? Create those conditions. Create the conditions where I'm on your side. I get it. But there's a line to be crossed. I don't know exactly where that line is, so be careful. Right? That way he'll use it less. There's a solution. Your son still gets a little bit of freedom, still gets an out clause if he needs it, and you still get the respect. He'll go for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he'll honor it too. So there's your solution for that one. But yeah, I don't know why you'd care, but okay. Because you do, there's an answer. All right.
Okay. Son said he loves his best friend and wants to marry him. He's 5.
And?
Well,
they say lots of things at 5.
Is he gay?
Who knows? Maybe not. They don't even know what that really means at 5. So it's just.
He loves his best friend.
Yeah.
He likes being with him.
Yeah.
Wants to be with him all the time. Therefore, i.e., what he has seen, people who spend time together all the time are married.
Yeah, that's nice, darling, is the answer. That's nice, honey.
You'll be very happy.
Yeah. Sure thing. It's one of the, you don't have to feed into it, but you also don't negative it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a 5-year-old. You pat him on the head and you send him on his way. That's the response you get from those kind of things. You don't turn it into a big deal because it's not. He's 5. It means absolutely nothing about what he's going to be at 15 or 25 or 45. It's got nothing to it, right? On occasion, you can tell, right? They're plainly obvious. But for the most part, it's meaningless. Child just emoting what emotions he's feeling and how he's interpreting and trying to figure out how to live in the world around him. And so it's just, that's nice, sweetie. Go on about the way. It's a nice little emotion you had there. Sweet. Send him on his way. No, don't tell him that it's a nice little emotion. Just send him on his way. Pat him on the head, tell him that's nice, and send him on his way to go off and do whatever. He's 5, for God's sakes. Stop imposing your adult things on 5-year-olds. Just let them be 5. All right, last question for the night, or for
for this segment.
Yep.
Would you fix your child a separate meal if they refuse to eat what you had cooked? No, but they can.
Well,
if they want to cook something different. And that's how it was when I was growing up. My mom said, no, I made you a meal. if you don't want to eat it, you can have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich you make yourself.
Yeah, well, I had an autistic child who had texture issues, right? And so you can't feed the other children the same as them. Now, a lot of times they can eat the same thing, but the other children need more variety than he did, right? And so to honor them and him at the same time, on occasion, you would make something for the rest of them while also providing something that you knew that the child could eat.
Yeah.
Or would eat. Would at that same splitting hairs. So there is that. Let's be clear. But for the most part, if I knew it was if it was something they could eat or would generally just didn't feel like eating it that day, and then you're going to be hungry. Ain't no one starved from missing a meal. No one has ever starved from missing a meal. Sorry, doesn't happen. You can have breakfast in the morning. You're perfectly fine. And the reality is, I perfectly well know that his brothers and sisters will sneak them some food and stuff later on. He'll be taken care of. And I'll turn a blind eye. All is well. But no, I didn't. Now, other than the child who.
What about growing up? What about you?
Oh, I just skip a meal. I just not eat. And then go out later, maybe find a snack or make a sandwich later or something. But I'd rather not eat than eat a box of cereal for breakfast. Literally, eat a box of cereal for breakfast. So make up for it. But I'm a stubborn moron, so I would really rather not eat than eat something I don't want. I'll die first. I swear to God.
Yeah.
So am I lying?
No.
No. Is it smart? No.
No.
But as it is what it is. All right, and that's for our love segment. Imperfect families doing their best just to get along. If one tiny change eases your day, it is worth trying. So please like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, suggestion, blah, blah, blah. Have a good night. And please remember to love everybody.
Good night.